Hi guys, it's Jade here and welcome back to my channel. Today is Aubrey Sky's 8-month update. Please ignore the cat. So she now weighs £18 and 10 ounces. She has gained 10 ounces in a month. I had her measured, like her length measured as well the other day, and she is 72.5 centimetres. I've been told that she's going to be tall. Not sure how that happened because I am not that much more than 5 foot, if I'm honest. So I don't know how she's going to be tall. But there you go. She eats 4 bottles a day. She drinks 4 bottles a day. She has 3 of those bottles at 5 ounces and the one before bed at 9 ounces. She has no solid food whatsoever. I will go into that in a minute, but she has no solid food at all. So at this age, developmentally, most babies should sit with no support, which she's been doing for at least a month now. And they should also be saying dada. She does say dada a lot. That's all she says all day long. I'm convinced that she has said mom, not mama, but mom. But she doesn't say it too often. And most babies should be learning to crawl now. She does crawl, but she only crawls backwards. She can't crawl forwards at all. Don't know why, but there you go. Half babies at this age can stand like holding onto something, so she can stand and hold onto the sofa. She can stand and hold onto my leg. She's quite good at that. And some babies, or half the amount of babies, can crawl really well. As I said, Aubrey doesn't really crawl that well. A few babies can actually pull themselves to stand. Aubrey cannot do that at all. And a few babies have a finger thumb pincer grasp. She does that really well. If she finds a tiniest little crumb or whatever on the carpet, she will pick it up like this. So now everything's a choking hazard. So this is not a good age. Everything's a choking hazard. Also, a few babies use gestures to say what they want. The only gesture that I can say Aubrey does do is she puts her arms up if she wants to be picked up. She just does this, yeah, that's it. So, as I've mentioned about the feeding situation, the other day, well, I say the other day, this was maybe 2 weeks ago. So I've been seeing a speech and language therapist, and I've been told to feed her every single day with like puree. For those of you who don't know what's going on, just a recap, she had breathing difficulties when she was eating. So the speech and language therapist has told me to feed her a little amounts every day, and when she starts to have breathing difficulties, note it down and stop feeding at that point, and then try again the day after, because she thought it's something to do with the learning, that she hadn't learnt to eat properly yet. So I tried that for around about 3 weeks and it didn't improve. In fact, it got worse. So she was having, like, say some days she was having 4 spoonfuls before she couldn't breathe properly. So I got to nearly the end of the 3rd week and I lay Aubrey down on the change mat, and she started gasping for air, and it was so scary. Her whole chest collapsed inwards and she was gasping. I like completely panicked, called for an ambulance straight away. I was like crying, didn't know what to do. So it was really, really, really scary for me. That has happened now. By the time the ambulance got there, she was fine, everything was fine. That has happened in the last 2 weeks. About 5 times in the last 2 weeks. So it's like a normal thing for me now to like look over at my child and her not to be breathing properly. So she has been for a barium swallow for the breathing thing. She had drank some white liquid that shows up on an x-ray, and she had a live x-ray done, and nothing showed up. So her esophagus was fine, perfect shape, everything was going the right way. The liquid is not going into her lungs, which is great because that was the scare that we had. and the doctor also said that he didn't see any signs of reflux, which is strange because the other doctor mentioned that reflux could be an issue, and with this whole breathing difficulty thing, reflux explains it a lot. So we've been to another paediatrician since, and she has recommended that Aubrey sees a dietitian because of her weight dropping, because she is only drinking milk and she is 8 months old. So I've got to see a dietitian, I've got a new speech and language therapist, I have to go for Aubrey has to go for a video fluoroscopy. Just ignore the bell, Aubrey's playing in the hall. Aubrey has to go for a video fluoroscopy, which is where I think she has x-ray machines around her and she eats. And as she's eating, they see what's actually happening as she's swallowing. I'm hoping that is going to give us the answers that we need, but she also needs to have another follow-up with the paediatrician in 8 weeks' time. I went to that yesterday. She's also on medication for reflux now as well. So it's all a bit of a mess, really. Everything's going on at the moment. I feel like she's constantly ill. There is nothing scarier than looking over and your baby just start gasping for air. And this to happen next to it on a daily basis. Every few days it happens. You can be in the car, she can be lying down, she can be playing on the floor. You can be in the room, you can be out of the room. It is so scary and I would not wish it on anybody. But we will see what's happening with that. On a positive note, since I have moved house, she has been in her own room. I've started doing a little room for her and I've put some nice things on the wall. And she's sleeping in there really well. She's sleeping morning till night. Rather night till morning. She's sleeping night till morning, all the way through. She has been waking up a little bit recently, but she isn't very well at the moment. So yeah, but that is all I really have today. But I'll go and grab her out of the hallway so she can say hi. Aubrey, who is that? Stand up. This is Aubrey Sky at 8 months old. Yeah, is that you that you can see on that camera? Oh, stand up. Is it you? Ow. You have to excuse her outfit. She's been to a photo shoot today, haven't you? We've had some nice pictures taken for 8 months. So yeah, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video.